Okay, so we're doing the side garden. Let's see, there's a few things. These guys are struggling right now, but at least there's a few little babies. So, see, look at this guy, just dead. Yeah, too wet. It's been raining a lot, but in spring that's gonna make for really nice hills. And okay, since it's been super wet and there's leaves everywhere, we're basically just adding more plant material here. A little bit of ashes from the fireplace. The ground cover is actually surviving nicely. We thought it would melt, but it seems to be protecting itself with the leaves. The snapdragon is totally fine. They do well in frost. Not well, but they're fine. They don't mind it. Clovers everywhere. Succulents. See, the clover, the succulents, all of that are getting protected by the wall, the little tiny wall, and then everything around it. And if you notice here, we have, because it's cold weather, it doesn't actually smell, so we're not really minding so much putting stuff like this. Underneath there's actually a few layers, and then on top of this we're going to put some just, you know, leaves, just like that. It keeps the smell away, but it gives the worms a lot to feed on, and they're going to turn all that into soil, and worms work really fast. So by spring, all of that should be, basically in a couple weeks, all of that should be gone. And, you know, if we keep adding on to it, then obviously there'll still be some stuff, but we only do it depending on the weather, really. Let's see, there's my lavender. Still, you know, lavender doesn't mind the cold. And then there's this little guy. We're surprised because we've always protected him, but we're not protecting him this year, and he's doing fine. Ooh, the calendulas are just blooming. Yeah, that's new. I've never grown them before, so I'm excited. This year is the first time. And that was a cantaloupe that had an accident. Kind of got tossed against the wall by mistake, and then it just splattered everywhere. But once again, we just need to go over it and cover it, but it's been raining, so you know, I kind of wanted to wait until it wasn't, so I'm going to do that today. And see all these leaves out here that just come from, I don't know, trees, wind, or whatever. All of that's going to get put in there, and it's also going to turn to soil. And then the artichoke's doing well. He's pretty big. The fennel is doing okay. It's pretty. I still haven't seen any caterpillars on it, which is a little sad because in the wild I always see caterpillars on them and not here. But that's okay. And there's more clover, and then the borage. This one is a volunteer. We actually had the plant over here where that green thing is, and it was in a planter, and somehow the seed got all the way here. And he looks happy, and we're excited because he's going to have a lot of flowers for the bees, and it's just a pretty plant. Like I said before, we don't eat the ones over here just because I do have a few cats, and for some reason this bed just, you know, and they like to go and pee and poop, and we just don't. It's just not safe to eat. But we are trying to improve the soil just for ornamentals anyway. And look at this, my vinca. It's dead. Well, it's not fully dead. Look at that. There's new leaves. Okay, so he's still being protected somewhat. All the plants around it are protecting it. And I have a feeling I'm going to get episodia from here because we chopped and dropped some, and look at that. Oh. My little antenna. It's sad. But, you know, it's winter. And then let's see. Let's go ahead and go back here. There's only one planter on the side this year. Well, this winter. And let's see. And we have marjoram, which is doing really well. I don't know if it's because it's right up against the wall next to a window where it gets some warmth, you know, or why, but maybe he's just cold tolerant as well. This is the chameleon plant, fish mint. I forget what the other name is, but yeah, he doesn't look so hot, but look, there's some new growth. There's new growth in all the planters for them for the most part, but overall, they just don't like the cold weather. And here's my fever view. Apparently, it can take some cold too, so I'm learning a lot right now. Here is my cyst chart that just, it won't die. but that's a good thing. I mean, this planter doesn't do well at all normally. When we planted this, it was just leftover stuff. So slowly we've been adding a little bit of sand, a little bit of wood chips, but overall it was just chunks like this. No, actually this is way too small for it. They were huge chunks, and that's all that was in there, so it didn't like it. And coffee. Okay, come on, doggy. Okay, so that's it. Out here in the little catio, we left a few things out. Come on. Come on. Okay, so catnip, obviously. We had to leave it out here, but it's very cold tolerant. And I'm sorry about that noise. Somebody's working on their bike, maybe? I don't know, we'll see. Are they coming up? Nope, they're just working on something. Okay, so here is the catnip. It lost a lot of leaves, but that was before winter began. That's basically because we forgot to water it and it just lost everything. But now that it's been raining, it's coming back so strong. And then here's lavender, more lavender. If you guys notice, this is styrofoam. He's been on the list to be transplanted to a big tub for like a year now, because that styrofoam's not gonna last that long. And then this is, I believe, Choclera. Okay, and that's actually my little nephew. Did not know it was him. Okay, and so this is the Choclera, which I'm surprised it's handling the cold really well. There's some pineapple sage, blackberry that we just put in here just in case. We haven't been watering or anything. We just put a plant in there like in summer, so we thought it was dead, but it's not. And then some yellow vine here. And then we need to sweep a little, but I think it's gonna have to wait because the little bench is dirty. I don't know what's going on. Okay, let's see. And then if you notice, the greenhouse came down. Yeah, it didn't withstand the wind that well, so my nephew and John actually tried to fix it a while ago, and it still came down. And then so here's more Florida plant, some succulents. All this stuff here, we're just basically putting it up against the wall to protect the plants inside, because these guys, you know, as much as we don't like to choose, some plants we're just like, well, if we lose them, it's not the biggest deal in the world. And then we have the greenhouse. And then that's a little bit that John set up for Mumu for whenever he's working in the office. But there's a few things that have been falling down apparently. So yeah. Basically this is what it looks like. Normally my videos are a little more quiet, but it's okay. Hi, dog. So there's our banana. Banana has actually been handling it really well. This year is the first year where it didn't lose, like, I don't know, like all its leaves. This time it's just, you know, it's a little droopy and lost a couple leaves, but that's actually within their normal range, even, you know, year round, so that's not an issue. And let's see. Right here we have my pineapple, the one that my mom gave me. And look at that, I have Swiss chard here, I have Swiss chard here, and then I have another Swiss chard here. So it's actually, it's pretty. Once warm weather comes around, we can, okay. Once warm weather comes around, then we can go ahead and take it out. Here's the cactus. Bird of paradise. He's actually doing okay. He's actually growing a new thing. So even though it's been cold, because he got planted into a large planter, he's not struggling at all. I have some ice planted there. I have some horehound, some pineapple sage, which is still blooming. We have some hummingbirds that kind of want to come in, and I'm guessing right now with this opening they probably are. But yeah. And then this has the sunchoke in it, which didn't actually lose its leaves. So in spring, I have a feeling, well, spring, summer, or whenever, I have a feeling it's actually going to bloom, which I haven't had a sunchoke bloom to date. So that should be interesting. Here is my, well, this is John Citronella actually. It's losing some leaves. It's winter, so I think that's fine. It smells really good. And then here's my verbena, which, you know, does this pretty much every year now. He still kept the leaves green. Last year, you know, they were all yellow. So I think every year he's getting just a little stronger. And this year he got transplanted to that green tub, so that probably helped, just because he's, you know, he's a big bush. I was out at a community garden in San Luis Obispo, and we didn't know that it could become a tree, so that's what we're aiming for now. And here is the longevity spinach. He actually didn't do so well at first, but now we have a cutting elsewhere from, you know, not this particular plant, but the other one that came in the same shipment, and he's doing well, so that's encouraging. And then my jade is blooming. Last year was the first year that it bloomed. This year I'm really liking the flowers. This year I didn't find any praying mantis eggs on it though, so I was a little sad. And then mother-in-law's tongue, which we have trouble. I think we just need to plant it in the ground at some point. And then my lemon balm. This is actually the only plant I have left, I think. And he's been munched on, but they're so easy to start that this year I'm probably just gonna make a few more, maybe towers. And then my sugar cane still going. And then all of this, guys, hopefully this year they'll start getting a little bit bigger, this cacti. And then there's the mulberry here, which is starting to get its green tips. So yay, that's good. And then here's the blackberry tub. It's full of clover. It's just, you know, we don't really mind it. It makes it look green throughout the year. We feel like it protects the blackberry. Yeah. And then here's the other banana. He is not doing so well. He's actually right under the opening, so he's not as protected as the other one that's right by the window, where it gets all the heat from whenever we have fires or the heater on, anything like that. So there's that. And then let's see. And then these little guys, I seriously have no idea what they are, but they are so cute, so pretty, so sturdy. It seems like they might actually be growing from cuttings as well. So I don't know, but see right now, because they're in a greenhouse and it's cold, it's wet, it's moldy a little bit, but when it was fine and out in the open, he was actually blooming really nicely. Pretty sure it would be a really good bee flower. And then here's the bottle tower with a lot of cuttings for persimmon, and then some fake trees. They're actually, you know, already settled in there. And then here's my violeta. We still have a lot of those flowers. That's nice. I love those little flowers. They're so cute and dainty. Actually, they're kind of big. These guys are tiny and dainty, but these guys, I like them. And then so here we have a chaya. Chaya does not like the cold at all. I mean, he's just not happy. I'm not sure what this is. Interesting. Okay, so we have a few. There might be just weeds. Yeah, I think we have little weeds going in here, so I haven't really been coming around. And we never ate this amaranth, but we're so happy because now we're going to get leaves for an amaranth that's actually surviving the winter. It might be in a greenhouse, but that is better than anything we've had before. So yay. And then my lemongrass, he's not doing much right now. It's cold. I'm guessing that's why. We have some chias that didn't actually get to bloom. It's cold now, so they're just not happy. And then this is the chaya that was doing the best. But no, it's just so cold. So cold, even the flowers started going dark, and yeah. But we have violetas here. We have more violetas. Let me see. I don't know if they're perennial, annual. I don't know. It's the first time growing them, so I'm gonna find out. Here's my vinca. And then I know I had loquats in here. There you go. That's one loquat. 2 loquats here. 3 loquats. Let me see. Okay, 4 loquats, and I know there's another one hiding in here somewhere because I thought I had like 5 or 6. And then the hollyhock. There you go. That guy's gonna bloom in spring. It's gonna have a pretty little flower. And then here is the cactus. This is my biggest one. He's a happy cactus. He's my Mickey Mouse cactus. And then there you go. There's more borage. See, in the planters, they don't do so well. And these guys were volunteers as well, but they don't do so well, and not as well as they do in the ground. So yeah, whenever we get a chance to plant it in ground, that would be nice. I think it'll grow a lot better. And here we have some papayas and some cantaloupes that we didn't get to, so we just put it up here. We're gonna go ahead and throw another layer of dirt on it, but in the meantime, I'm pretty sure that if I lift that, I'll probably find a lot of worms in there, which would be feeding from them. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, see? And that is gonna improve my soil. It's gonna basically make it very, very fertile. And I don't want to touch the papaya because that one will just, yeah, it'll just melt as I touch it. So, but yeah, we are very concerned about the worms. They really help out the soil. And then here's a fig that's dormant. This one is actually John's sister's fig, and it's Olympian fig. I got it from Baker's Creek, so she was really excited. And then when they moved, they had to put everything in planters or something. I'm not quite sure, so we're babysitting it. And then here's our succulent garden. Hi, Pippa. Yeah, so here's the succulent garden, and that green stuff is just going everywhere. So in spring, he's going to have a whole bunch of pink little flowers, and it's just going to cover the whole thing. It's going to look pretty. And then my little pepper tree. He's a little tiny tree, but he's a pepper plant, so it's exciting. These guys are sweet. They're really gnomes. They're still giving me peppers, and if you look here, they're still making flowers. So that's it's really exciting. Like right over here too. Look at that. Pretty. I mean, the leaves look a little sad, but overall he's still going. Oh, he actually might be droopy. He might need water. Actually just rained, and it's gonna rain tomorrow. It keeps falling there, so okay, so it's not water. Oh, maybe he's just cold. And then look at the the violetas. They're just everywhere, and they're so pretty. When they get pollinated, they look like this. Look at that. That one's actually going to have seeds. When they don't, they just seem to drop. So unless I come out here and pollinate them myself, there's not too many insects coming around. So, it's a greenhouse. It's supposed to be that way. And then we have our tower here that we never take care of. And yet it's still going. All of these guys are lavenders. So if we take this planter off, this bottle, if we take it off, we can just plant it. And that's one plant. There's another plant, and so on. And then this right here is a chichiquilite. And he won't die. John has actually chopped him back various times and nothing. And then there's lettuce, little baby lettuces. And then there's my Swiss chard again. We eat a lot of Swiss chard mainly because it's easy to grow, and it's healthy. I like it, but it's definitely more for the health. I've been learning to like a few other things more so than Swiss chard. And this is another Egyptian spinach, and this is the one where a piece broke off, so then we planted it elsewhere. The chia finally died, but when I break these guys down, I actually get little chia seeds, so that's cool. They actually made a little crop, but if we were to grow it for food, definitely not worth the space. Then another loquat, another Swiss chard. He's so old, this planter. He's just so old. He's already gone to seed, and he's still doing this. Oh, aphids, look at that. Aphids, white flies, all of that. That's not good. Okay, and then the lettuce here is doing much better. See, look at this. So, you know, when you go to the store, you're just like chop and buy the whole thing. In here, we just do like leaf here, leaf here, leaf here, leaf there, etc. And that way the plant just keeps going, and it doesn't actually stop its growth. It just keeps going. And then look at more violetas. I love having flowers in my greenhouse. That like hardly ever happens. So I'm really excited about that. I mean, look at that. Flowers, they stand out. And then this is one epazote plant of many. See, epazote, but it's all going to seed right now. And then here's the little fig tree that we planted first. We still have a couple of malvars going, even though this guy never actually grew. He just stayed there. But sure. And then little pineapple sage there. It's cute. I just didn't know where to put him, so I just stuck him in there, and he's doing fine. Okay, and down here we have my mint. I haven't touched my mint in a while. I actually don't drink a lot of mint tea, and I've had it for tea, but it's rare for me to use it. But it's just that one little leaf goes such a long way. And he has spread all the way to here. And then here is my chaya. He's cold. So yeah, and then this guy's fine. He just lost his leaves because it's cold, and it's probably getting overwatered. But if he makes it through winter, we'll be happy. And then I'm not quite sure what kind of fig this is, but also came from John's sister's house. Oh, okay. And then here is, I'm spacing on the name, but that's okay. It's ornamental. It's a tree. We bought it before we decided that we just wanted edibles. Oh, and this is my little guy that I'm not watering until springtime. This is, I think, a white sapote, but I'm not quite sure. That's the closest I've come to identifying it so far. But yeah, look at all that new growth right there. Right there. So he doesn't look so great, but he's actually coming back. He's bouncing back, and the soil is still wet. So yeah, it just takes way too long to dry up. That's why it's important to have the good soil, good drainage. That's our avocado tree. He's gotten big. Look at that. He's happy. And then behind him, we have the Christmas lights here just to provide them with a tiny bit of warmth if possible. Oh, look at that. New growth. Ooh. Oh no, where'd it go? Okay. There you go. Look at that, new growth in winter. How exciting is that? Okay, and then this guy back here. Oh, what are you doing, camera? Yeah. This guy back here is not looking so hot, but he bloomed for the first time ever, and we had never seen this guy bloom. And look at this. That's actually a flower right there on the right. Yeah, and then this is what they look like before they bloom. And then they look all dead afterwards. Okay, and then here is my fern. Oh, my little Fernie Jr. I used to have a tree, and it made me sad when we lost him here, but it was so cold for him, so cold. And then here's another dragon fruit. This guy is way too skinny, but he's not getting enough light, and he's in a tiny planter, you know. He's doing the best he can. And here's this guy's. This guy's so cute. Okay, and then here's another fig, also from John's sisters, but this one doesn't look so hot. I mean, he has green tips and everything, but he doesn't look so great. I don't know. Okay, and then here we have a bit more. Oh, look, we even have a pepe back there. Okay, so this is a chichiquilite right here. He's making flowers, so he still wants to keep producing. He grew all this. We chopped him back before we brought him inside the greenhouse, and he's already kind of big. And then here is my passion flower. This one in Spanish is maracuya. So they're just different varieties of passion fruit in Spanish, and in English it seems like that they're all named passion fruit, so it's kind of hard to distinguish. But this one's a little bit more on the sour, tart side. So I don't know, it's still new, haven't tried it, we'll see. And then epazote, that little lime tree that John won't let me get rid of because he's 4 or 5 years old already and nothing. This avocado's having trouble. He has some moldy leaves. He's not happy. And then here's another, what we think is a zapote, not quite sure. And then he has more epazote because why not? We eat a lot of it and we share. And then look at my olive trees. They're starting to get tall like trees. And then I have more mint here. Mint is just so prone to pests. It's just not, I don't know if it's really worth my time, that's all. I don't know, maybe I just baby it too much, because this is so prone to white flies, aphids, caterpillars, grubs. It's just a pain. And then look at that, the loquat in here. So yeah, even the loquat's suffering in there. And then there's my pineapple sage with my pepper plant. He's still looking alive, so that's exciting. Normally by now most peppers are dead, and I'm having really good luck this year, so I'm excited. Okay, but back to this planter. This is the Egyptian spinach cutting that I was talking about, and look at this. It's got new growth. Ah, he made it. You made it, you guys. And then here's my chaya that's not looking so hot. But yeah, they'll make it. It's just that they're struggling right now. Another loquat. We're actually not watering this planter at all just because it's winter and things need to sleep. They're not in their growth conditions, so it's too cold. And then this is our biggest Malabar spinach right now. He goes all the way up here, and then he goes all the way up here. And let's see. Hold on. Okay, so he starts down there, and then he goes all the way here. And he's so pretty. He's a very pretty plant. But we're surprised he's lasting so long considering it's cold. And then we have the dog. We have a kale. He wasn't doing so great. He kept getting munched on. But finally, now in the greenhouse, he's doing fine. He's still getting munched on every now and then. We don't know how the caterpillars are getting in. But that might be how. You know, openings here, there. But this pepper plant here is struggling. This is the Anaheim. And I bought an ornamental kale. Most people don't know this is actually edible. But it's prettier. And you get more antioxidants apparently. So I don't know, I just think it's pretty, and I'd rather my plants look pretty, you know. And if I have to do edibles, I might as well do pretty. Oh, here's my geranium. He's faded just because it's so cold and not enough light, I'm guessing. Another loquat. We have a million loquats. And then oh, my vinca, he's not looking happy. Well, might happen here. And then my guamuchi is so sad. Look at this. Oh, I put like all this stuff around him just to protect him as much as possible, but it's just so cold for him, I guess. I don't know, he just couldn't tolerate anything, but that's how we learn. I just wish I had more than one seed. Yeah, well, more than one plant, I mean. And then here's my little olives bush. You know, I need to have a little tiny bush for tea. And then here is my other zapote plant, white zapote, if that's what it is. They're all the same plant. I just don't know exactly what are. And that's the closest thing I found to. And then here's another passion fruit. This one still has the baby leaves. Look at that. He still hasn't gone for the true leaves, which normally I thought they did after a foot, but well, you know, they do themselves. They know what they're doing. And let's see. Going back here with this tree, we have, well, this banana tree, we have more pineapples. We have 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. I think I just ripped it off. No, I didn't. Okay. And then some pineapple mint down there below that weed. This is not supposed to be there. Look at that. And oh, right, we have our stuff back here. Okay, so that is another avocado tree. Let me see. There's that. Oh, look at this loquat. Oh, he's happy. Look at that. And then there's a violeta here. He's so cute. Oh, my batteries are getting low. Okay. And then there's lemongrass. Let me see. Then there's a chirimoya that's struggling a little. There's some, I mean, look at that. If you see that right there, that's from that tree as well. That's another chirimoya. There's another chirimoya, and they're just struggling. This is my bougainvillea, and look at this. New growth, yay! More olives. I think there's a violeta too. And then there is dragon fruit. And oh, my bulbs, and they're starting to come up. Those guys have like the prettiest little, actually the prettiest, biggest flowers. It's just a cluster, but it's a big cluster. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I might do the front later, but there's really not too much to do there anyway. Most of the plants are back here. And oh, I didn't even show you. Look at this. I didn't actually cut it off. I was waiting for it to be completely ripe. And I think I might be there. Woo! And yeah, this planter fell down like 3 times already, so he's lost a lot of soil. Just, you know, just saying. Okay, well, and I'll probably show a view of the back, the orchard back there. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. This week I do have a bit of time. That's exciting. But yeah. And oh, actually tomorrow's supposed to rain, so I'm not quite sure, but we'll see. But look at that. It's actually pretty day today. Blue skies. Yeah. Okay. You wanna say bye, doggy? Or should we come to Pepe to say bye? So here is the update on my planters for now. This is my yellow rose bush. There's nothing growing there. I'm pretty sure I planted some kales, but nothing sprouted. Here are some kales from last season, I guess, but they're finally picking up. Loquats are doing great, and these guys are outside and it's been freezing. They're fine. And then we planted almost a whole, I don't know, a whole bunch of like lettuce, and they've been dying off, but the strong ones are staying out, and they're cold weather, so we'll see which ones are the strongest, and then we'll save seeds from those. My persimmon is still sleeping. Goji berry, you know, Goji berry actually didn't drop all his leaves. Last year he did, so maybe it's not as cold this year. I don't know. There's my Swiss chard that we planted there just because, you know, we didn't have anywhere else to plant it, I'm sure, so we just dropped stuff in. Poppies, that surprised me. I didn't know we had poppies here. These water containers for water plants, they're not doing so great, but they're starting to come up, and it seems that the rain has been helping them. And there's a few things here and there. Look at this loquat, so happy. Lavender, the rosemary is doing really well. And there's my other goji with some olives. Olives are always fun. They're good for teas. And my snappies. They're flowering.
So what do you think?
I forgot to show my worm bins. I only have 2 little tiny styrofoam boxes right now. And look at that. I think it's time to feed them again because they're down to 1 papaya and everything else is already manure. Not manure. Well, it's their manure, I guess. It's they call it black gold, but it's basically just fertilizer, the nicest ones you can find. The softest, more gentle, but still efficient. And you can't see in there, but it's the same scenario. Just a pumpkin half there. And yeah. Okay, that's it. You like rainwater? Yeah. Plants do too.